Okay. Should be a good show.
Mm-hmm. So, did you guys watch the All-Star game?
I watched a
No,
little
I
bit of it.
didn't.
I
I
didn't
didn't watch it.
It doesn't. I mean, really, who cares? I mean, when
I
I was a
caught the
kid,
last
the
inning.
All-Star games meant something when I was a kid. It's just now it's
Yeah.
kind of like, who cares?
Yeah. I caught the last half inning, I think, no, when they scored the fourth run, that's when I stopped watching.
Mm-hmm.
It was
National
3-0 when I started watching. 4-0.
National League looked terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. Well, I'm an American League guy, so
Yeah. Well,
used to be a
My
National
favorite
League
thing
guy.
was the home run derby. That was my favorite thing.
yeah. The Reds signed their hot pitcher. He's like 11-1, 23 years old. Guess how much they signed him for today?
No idea.
7 years, $105 million.
I get a Bobby Bonilla contract ever.
Yeah, he's still collecting on that too, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Every
I think they said-
or something?
yeah. I think it's 2035, up to 2035.
The Mets are the Mets are so stupid. I mean, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won one World Series since '69, haven't they? Did they win like in the late '80s?
Yeah, 86.
They won 1986. Yeah.
Gary Carter, Keith Hernandez.
Gary Carter,
in the gang.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good team. That was a good
And then
team.
the next year they set everybody to different teams.
Yeah.
They broke the team up.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
That was the worst thing they did.
Heck, the Reds haven't won it since 1990. My God, 36 years.
Now, was Eric Davis playing for them when they won the World Series last time?
Yes,
Or
1990.
okay.
Yes, he was.
Eric
Yeah.
the Red. They call him Eric the
My
Red.
first year when I was there, he was a rookie.
Hmm.
Yeah, 1984.
My mother has a yearbook with Johnny Bench in it.
I remember you saying that.
She graduated a year ahead of him.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Did you know him, Mark?
Not real well, but she knew him,
Was he a nice guy to her?
I guess.
He went in AH.
Dude, I
No.
remember.
No, no.
I remember the night the Mets won the World Series. My dad was driving a cab and he drove by the house, the apartment. He's nailing his horn.
Oh yeah. Similar to probably to when the Knicks winning the NBA.
Yeah.
The whole city went crazy.
He's like, he comes home. He goes, "No school tomorrow. They're gonna have the parade." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, you had no objection to that.
No.
I think I
forgot
met
the-
Johnny Bench when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. I was a little kid. He came back to Binger for Johnny Bench Day.
How far are you from Baker?
60 miles, 55 to 60 miles.
No, it's not bad.
No, see, my sister and my dad are buried over there.
Oh, okay.
She lived there when she passed away, but she grew up here. My dad and my mom grew up over there, so they're both gonna be buried over there. I think I showed you a picture of Johnny Bench's house where he grew up, didn't I?
Yep, you sure did. And aren't they trying to make that a historical place, or is it already a historical place?
It's not historical. It looks run down,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
except for the red metal roof. It's got a red metal roof, of all things red.
Okay. Makes sense.
And their city hall has a Johnny Bench museum in it, and I've never been in there. I need to go in there sometime.
He is the greatest catcher of all time in baseball. There is no
Yep.
doubt. He could do it all. Hit, defense, everything.
I think Ivan Rodriguez is probably the second best catcher.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Irod. Mm-hmm.
Pudge. They call him Pudge. I don't know why, but
I guess
He
he was
was a-
pudgy.
I guess. I guess.
Did you see the picture, Richard?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, I think.
I like it.
And I hope our guest shows up timely. He sent me another message saying he's going to be delayed a little bit.
Hmm.
He says he's working hard. So we'll talk to him for a little bit, then we'll talk some other stuff. It should be fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on in the wrestling world. Like I said, like Kevin said, the indies are on fire right now. They got a lot of good stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Indie wrestling's kind of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. It's because they're not worried about the money. They're in there to do their thing.
They're not
Yeah.
having to worry about storylines.
Yeah.
No. No.
Just go in there and have a good time, entertain. You know.
That's like professional sports. They're in it for the money. But if you see college and everything, they play like with their heart.
Yep.
They play like they're being paid. That's why I kind of like college better than professional.
Let's get going.
Hey, it's the Crying Wrestling Fan. Dave Wills is featured on memes on social media, YouTube, Tosh.0, and all over the internet. And let me tell you right now, I love the Spanning the Globe podcast. Listen to every episode that drops because it's fantastic. It's wonderful. It's staring at me,
Good evening. It's Thursday night. Time to go spanning the globe. We are part of the DAB Network, and we are sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Leathering and by Ashley Southern Designs. And I notice these transitions are a little bit different. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
It shows us in between. Well, a little bit. Yeah.
It's a little bit.
I like it. Kind of don't like it. But we want to thank you for joining us tonight. As I mentioned, we are part of the DAB Network, which is also hosts the Double Dropkick podcast with Kevin Davenport and Ethan Thompson, as well as the broadcast, again with Ethan Thompson and Stone Cold Steve. They're on every Tuesday night, Double Dropkick on every other Saturday night. Be sure you catch those shows, and we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And also like, share, and subscribe to the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel as well. We greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Joining me tonight, the usual suspects, minus one. Next to me, Mr. Richard Ward, a.k.a. The Warden.
What's up,
And
everybody?
down here, on the bottom row all by himself, Mr. Andy B. from Love Those Wrestling Belts, another great Facebook group.
How's everybody doing tonight?
And Ben, doing great. Ben is taking the night off tonight. Let's see who we have commenting, watching the show. Is that Mr. Kirk Hall? Hello.
What's up, Kirk?
Hey, Kirk.
Platinum.
Platinum.
Hello, Chris Raines.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Thank you. And hello, Lisa.
Hello,
Hello,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Oh, there's Nor.
Nor, what's going on, bud?
We're official.
We are official. Try to get rid of this. Here we go. Okay. Who else we got here? Gotta get through the hellos here. Mr. Bonkers. Would love to know that guy's real name. That'd be great.
We
Watching
are
us from all
officially-
It's
Watching us
It's
from
Mr.
across the
Mr.
pond.
Bonkers.
Mr.
we're
Bonkers, yeah.
officially worldwide tonight.
Why does it sound like a PBS show, Mr. Bonkers?
I don't know. It's like Mr. Bean.
Like
Yeah,
a
but we-
kid's, like a kid's electric company. It's Mr. Bonkers. You know. Okay.
It is late over there where he's at. We greatly appreciate him staying up so late
Yeah,
to
we
watch
do.
us. Thank you so
Sure
much
do.
for your support. Ethan Thompson,
Ethan.
Mr. Broadcast,
Mhm.
Jesse Santana, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Jim Meals.
What's up, Jim?
Jason Cortez, doing great.
What's up, Jay?
Hope you are as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's up,
CJ
Jay?
Smith,
CJ.
Hello.
CJ.
Baseball in New York is a whole nother level. Between the Yankees and the Mets, yeah, I agree. Let's see what else we got here. Lane Ledford, hello, sir.
Hey, Lane.
Maurice Buckner.
What's up, Reese?
Yeah, I'm sure Ben's watching.
Mm-hmm.
He probably is. I saw that. Yeah, Cato's on fire and the smoke is drifting down the United States, northern Michigan, Ohio,
Yep.
all sorts of places.
Yeah, Cleveland's getting it pretty hard right now.
Are they? Still really all of us, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Our guest will be here joining us shortly. He's been messaging me. He's running a little bit behind, so he'll be on in a little bit. Yeah, he's going to have the Lego belt maker coming on. Looking forward to that.
Should be a
Yeah,
good
we
show.
got that Saharian, or whatever the hell they call that dust coming around this way.
Okay. We're going to start off the show with our belt of the week as we normally do. I have it again this week. So without further ado, let's get going. This week's belt of the week is another repeat. I have not had I've been so busy, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But I'm going to show a rerun of a previous belt of the week, which is actually a beautiful belt. It is the Shop Rhine, WWE Shop Crumb Rhine. This was releathered by Antonio Mendoza. Did a great job on this.
He sure did.
Did the hand stitching on it. Our guest isn't backstage. Bring him on just a few
As
minutes.
the kids say, Mark is running it back.
I am. That's right. Mr. Wills, I'll see you backstage. Bring on just a minute. They did a really good job with this Crumb Rhine. WWE Shop's one of the better belts they've made.
It really is.
Of course, this is V2. V1 had the issue with the ION
letter size.
champion. Yep, the letter size.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
I
shiny
wonder,
belt.
I wonder if that's got to be higher in value. I mean, wouldn't you, or people wanted because they had it, then they stopped it, and
I don't know. The nameplate came from Red Leather. It's a kit you can buy. They're stick-on letters. Because, the Shop Rhine doesn't come with a name on it. You have to put that on there. But the hand stitching is amazing on this belt. Antonio did a great job with it. He put the chrome snaps on it, which really sets that off. And he did something else for me I didn't expect. He put the screws on the back. They're exposed. He put chrome screws on the back to replace the brass ones that are on there. There's the curve on it. There's a curve on that main plate. You'll see that here in just a second. Yeah.
The little touches matter.
Yeah. There's the snaps, back of the snaps, female snaps. There's your chrome screws right there. That was something that was not discussed beforehand, but it really, really set off the belt. There's his maker.
Yeah, it matches the snaps. It's perfect.
mm-hmm.
Mendoza Craft.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful work. I'd like to do one of these days. I got the list of stuff to do that with, but I haven't got around to doing it yet. But
I'd love
beautiful.
To get
Go ahead.
I'd love to get my AEW on brown leather. My world title.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The WWE Shop Crumb Rhine.
like
Leather
like
band.
MJF, Richard.
Yeah. I just
We
like
have
the
it.
brown strap.
One more thing before we bring our guest on. I still have for sale. I've been showing you pictures of this strap, but I actually have it here. This strap right here, it's a kid-sized WWE Shop network logo belt. Genuine leather. Go full screen real quick. There we go. Fully re-leathered. Look at that detail there. It's not. It doesn't have the only thing missing from it is the logos. I didn't put logos on there because I didn't have the stamp at the time. This was ordered by a customer who backed out after I got it done. It's notched out for the belt tip because that belt comes with a belt tip. Here's the mail in, and I did put my maker stamp in the snap box here. Full backing on it. It's ready. It's ready for your plates to send out. I'm asking $200 ship for this, $50 off of what the customer was going to pay for it. because I would like to get this to somebody and get it out of my way. But it's a kid size, not the full size. It's a kid size. So if you're looking for a full size, this is not the one you're looking for. $200 shipped.
I'll probably put up some stuff tomorrow on the sales post.
Okay.
Got
So
some side plates I'm going to put up.
our guest has made his way to the studio via the Wide World of Belts airline.
Hope you had a good flight.
Yeah. So before I introduce him, I want to kind of set the stage here. This guy is known for being at a Q&A at a wrestling event, and we'll talk about that. But this is what everybody is familiar with. As soon as I find it, here it is.
It's still real to me, damn it!
So joining us tonight, I would like to bring to the stage, welcome Mr. David Wills. Good evening, sir.
What's going on? How's everybody doing it over there in Beltland? Hey, I love the airline, man. It's great. You still have perks unlike the rest of the airlines. And thank
Yeah, we
goodness
do worldwide.
TSA wasn't too bad to go through neither. They just
They
cheaped
didn't
me for
strip-
belts. I only
they didn't
had,
strip
I only had
search you?
3 at the house.
They didn't strip search
What?
you? They didn't strip search you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They
Full
took
body
great care of
cavity search or anything like that? Okay.
me. No. They didn't. They wouldn't have had a whole lot of them, but yeah, they wouldn't have had a whole lot.
I got you. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we had
Thank you for having me.
had
I'm
trouble
really
getting you up
honored
here
to be
because
here.
you
I
got
sorry I couldn't make it last week. I had some family things going on and some stuff like that in the family, so I had to take care of that. But I'm glad I could be back here this week. Hey, I thought
We're
an
glad to have you.
hour and a half of Atlanta, Georgia traffic to be here. Okay,
Oh my
and then I had to
goodness.
catch an airline and come over here anyway. So that's why we're a Bell's airline. You know, hey, it's the way it goes. But hey, at least the
charter
crowd
our
was
jet.
relaxing on the way over here. Sorry, the plane went like I was. I forgot my bag, and I realized I didn't bring one. So
I got you.
anyway,
Okay.
The good thing about our
That was on
airline
me,
is all our flight agents are female and our TSA agents. So you had a good time there.
oh, always. No doubt about it. They were still real to me. Damn it.
Yeah, there you go. And we're gonna get to that. But first, I want to kind of talk about
They're doing it.
your growing up as a wrestling fan. Now, you're in Georgia. You're from Georgia, right?
I am from Georgia. I'm actually a lifelong Cobb County, and yes, Cobb County is a real place. Big Boss Fans. Yeah, I live in the megalopolis of Ackworth. I live in 2 cities my whole life: Ackworth, Georgia, and Marietta, Georgia. So, yeah, yeah. So I'm a lifelong Cobb County resident, and
So
Ray
you grew
Trevor
up,
was. I told that. Anyways,
So you're
But,
familiar with
I
Georgia
think it was-
Championship Wrestling, then?
negative, as a matter of fact. Believe it or not, Georgia Championship Wrestling was gone by the time I started being a fan. I started being a fan
Okay.
about 85, 86, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
85, 86 was right around when I started being a fan because that's what I found wrestling, and it wasn't like I was doing anything or, other things didn't really interest me. So I just did what I could do, and should I turn you up? Like I said, I'm deaf. But anyways, but what I was saying is that so I got to see Joe Pedicino, Superstars of Wrestling. Well, funny thing is, we had World Championship Wrestling from World Championship Wrestling, the NWA territory, the Crockett years. Okay, we had that. But we had rabbit ears, we had an antenna hanging up the house, off the side of the house. So we didn't get Superstation 17 very well because we live up in Ackworth, which is about, go up 75 about 45 minutes if you don't, about 20, 30 minutes, depending on what time of day you're in traffic. If you don't blink, between Kennesaw and Cartersville is a little city called Ackworth. So that's where I grew up at Rockdale Drive, as a matter of fact, behind the old Dave Chevrolet. But I started watching Joe Pedicino Superstar Wrestling because we couldn't pick up Superstation 17 and see NWA. So if I'd saw that, I might have hooked on the NWA earlier. We got to see Superstars of Wrestling. That was an 8-hour block. So we got like 8 hours of wrestling every week. And it went from 36 to 69 to 14. But it was all the time everywhere around there on Atlanta TV for years and years and years. I think the 90s, if I'm mistaken. Joe Pedicino and Bonnie Blackstone were on there. And they always had some Georgia kind of wrestling, whether it was Deep South or Championship Wrestling or whatever. And they'd have a Continental from Alabama. They'd have AWA. Sometimes they'd have NWA or whatever. Sometimes they had WWF, which was a challenge. which was generally challenged because normally another different station had superstars. They may have had superstars sometimes, but it just depended on who had it. And then they had who else did they have? They also had I think they had at one time they had maybe some Stampede on it. I do know that they did have Memphis on there, and I was a big Memphis fan. And I also had UWF, and I think the UWF what hooked me the days of DiBiase, Duggan, and Doc. Whenever they were fighting General Skandar Akbar, or the Freebirds in World Class fighting with the Von Erichs because we got World Class too.
The old Mid-South wrestling.
So I saw Freebirds, I saw all these kind of guys, and it was just fantastic to be able to be to be able to watch all this wrestling in Atlanta and all. Of course, that killed my self-last, but it wasn't like I was anything but a nerd, and it's not like I was going out on dates or anything. 11 or 12. Somebody, when I was in high school, I couldn't get laid with a fistful of 50s in a bag of blow. Not that I had either. I'm just keeping it real, man. Seriously, man. I was a nerd and a fat one. There, yeah, that's right. Slim down in the A-town. Half the man he used to be 302 and 150 this morning.
Hey, just remember, the real women like dad bods. The real women like dad bods
and granddad bods. I'm sure that's who I was married. Y'all can have that cup of tea. No more for me. Once was enough.
So you basically grew up in the hotbed of Southern wrestling, is what you're saying.
Yeah, funny story. I tell you, I would tell. I was working a job, and I had a guy. I thought he was a minister. Yeah, whatever. But he told me he says, "Hey, I wrote a book right here. I want to show you my book." I said, "Oh, you wrote a book there?" So I looked at his book, and I just had got a fresh divorce. And I looked at it. He said, "Here it is." And I looked down. It said, "The truth about marriage." I go, "The truth about marriage? I'll tell you the truth about marriage. Never effing again." I'm proud to say I stuck to my advice. I got a girlfriend, It ain't like I ain't got my share. You have more pieces of A than a toilet seat. At a point in my life, what can you say? Well, if you could swing it and you couldn't get it years ago, you might as well have some fun now. So, so that's what we did. So I got to grow up. Yeah, you didn't expect this, but this is what you get. I thought hour and a half of flying traffic to get in the plane to get here. But end of the day, when you face it, I grew up with all that various wrestling. So I saw every territory but Georgia. I didn't see much NWA for years till we got cable. Hey, 1992, we get cable. I think about the last 3 or 4 in my school in my school grade that didn't have it. Mom told me, "Son, we're poor and we're not going to have what all your friends have." I'm like, "Great, that gives me a lot to look forward to. At least wrestling's free on TV, and we had remedies we didn't pay for it." So I got to watch all that. Of course, I dominated the TV, and Dad couldn't stand wrestling because I didn't like that Classy Freddie Blaster. He said he wanted to get a hold, call everybody pencil that gig. He wasn't very nice. Yeah. That's my dad being furious, but he never cared. He used to have some guy bring a chicken to the ring. Yeah, he'd tell me all this stuff. So he watched a little bit. It's like wrestling. It's like it's like that's the secret sport nobody will ever admit to watching. Just about everybody watches some of it, And let's face it, who hates wrestling, you can put him in front of a show, and if it's done right, and it's a great match, they're going to get into it. Pretty soon, they're going to go ahead and do something. Or you don't watch it, somebody's going to say something negative, and somebody get them on the floor and slap them in a figure 4 leg lock. You never know what's going to happen when you get people in front of a wrestling ring who don't watch it. If a best match, don't watch it even on TV because they start getting into it. And hey, it's like I've always said, and this is dating back to I've even said this when we're in the video. Wrestling is a hybrid form of entertainment. If I turn on the television or if I go to a show, I can see live acrobatics in front of me. I can see strong men battle. I can see a boxing match, or I can see them Greco-Roman, or I can see an out-and-out brawl. I can see acrobatics in front of me. I can see great shows of strength, that I can see great athleticism, and I can see a guy who you want to cheer for, who's an underdog. You know he can do it, but he just got to have a fair chance. So you see the guy who's the arrogant guy, you want to shut up. Maybe you want to be like him. Say, yeah, that's who I want to be. You know, it's a hybrid form of entertainment. You get characters, you get drama, you get all this other stuff, athleticism, acrobatics, you know, tightrope walking. I mean, you get it all. And when it's done right, it ain't a whole lot better. And when it's done worse, God, it ain't a whole lot worse. You can be your opinion on how it's worse. Okay.
So, so who are some of your favorites you watched?
I agree with watching that. Let me see here. That my top 5 would be Barbarian. I think I got that. He's my top 6 of my top 5. Barbarian rules. You know, he can step on TV today and be credible. That's just me. I'm a Barbarian, Mark, and I'm still proud of it. Damn it.
Gotcha.
But seriously, so Barbarian was one of my favorites. I love watching Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. I thought, wow, you know, because he was always exciting in the ring. Of course, he'd, you know, take a bump on the concrete in a heartbeat and take hard slams out on the floor. Get all kind of stuff done. Man, cocaine is a powerful ass drug, ain't it? But I mean, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer could go, man. So Buzz was up there. I like the Superstar Dundee. He was good. I like Ranger Ross because Ranger Ross went to the same high school, North Cobb High, class of 92. I went to the same high school as me, and I've known Ranger for years. He actually is doing some ministry work now. I went to hear him preach at his own church. You know. Ranger, a great guy. People can say what they want about him, but I love the guy. Abdul the Butcher, my friend for 30 years. I mean, I've loved that man. I think the world of him, and I still catch up every now and then. I'll get a chance to holler in the day, whatever. Always been great to me. I can't speak for what happened to other people or how they feel. They can say whatever they want. It don't matter. The man's been great to me, and that's what I say. Not for me to say anything.
When did you attend your first wrestling matches in person? When was that? Where was it?
As a matter of fact, strangely, around 92, that was what I got for a graduation present. That's what I watched it for damn near 8 years. Never went to a show or something. Then I go to that. Then I couldn't stop going. I went to North Georgia Wrestling Alliance TV tapings with Gallery Furniture and the Wolfman, their location, and got to see Bonnie Blackstone and Joe Pedicino. And back in 92, we were heel fans. Now, granted, that's not a big thing today, but we were like the jerk heel fans. Me and Danger, my buddy Mark Danger, who's upstairs, I believe, he got downsized up in North Carolina. Thanks a lot. Now I got a roommate. I'm kidding. He's a good guy. Well, they cut him like $6 an hour because they realigned his job with new software. So I'm like, you're not living in your car. I got a room. Come on over. So me and him, we met at wrestling matches. We did all kind of fun stuff. Well, I said we were the heel fans. We would go up to we went up there, and they used to say, come on out here. We're going to have free Hooters wings. We're going to have free barbecue. Well, the gimmick is they salt the hell out of it or make it hot. So you got to get a Coke or something. Got about 2 or 3 drinks. That's the card he gets. Tommy Rich said, let me tell you something, baby. Before you start the car, before you start wrestling, what you do is you put a whole bunch of popcorn, make it good and butter, put a lot of butter, and salt it down. Because when you do that, they're going to buy not only 1 Coke, but 2 or 3 Cokes. And you're going to make your money off those. I'm like, I can listen to that kind of stuff all day. That's just fascinating.
Yeah.
But,
you know,
so I got to see guys. I got to see all kind of stuff. It was tremendous, man. I just had so many favorites I watched. I just got to go. We would go in there, and they were giving away, free Hooters wings, free barbecue. I lost the thought a little bit there.
I'm there. You lost me at Hooters.
Hey, they're giving away free Hooters wings. Sign me up. I love them hot.
We see,
but they were doing that. They were giving away free barbecue, and then I said, and we were going, and we'd always buy poster board, but we bring markers with us. We can make signs on demand. When we demand them, we just made them. So what we're doing is we're going to the car, and I'm like, Danger, you were too long in Walmart. We spent too long. We ain't going to make it down there in time. I said, they're going to run out of barbecue. Being slow, they're going to run out of barbecue and hot wings. He said, they're probably already going to run out of it. Pedicino ate it. I'm like, sign. So we go up there. We come up there. Pedicino was heartbroken when he walks up here. and us having a sign that says Joe Pedicino ate my barbecue. I didn't get any. Oh my God. It said Joe Pedicino. I said, yeah, I didn't get any thanks to you. It said Joe Pedicino. I go, yeah, I didn't get anything to you. He was actually, I heard, he really did not like being disliked by the fans. He's, the fans, man. So we tormented him. I mean, he was great though, Pedicino. Because one time at Smoky Mountain, we're up there doing something over there. Because what we were the classic hangers on. We go to these local shows and do all kind of crazy hijinks and everything. We never go. They couldn't run us away, so they figured to put us to work. So we went up putting the wrestling ring up and down for $10 in the ring. Boy, we were marks. We got played like a flute. Ring crew man's getting about $250, $300 for the night. Hell, I'm doing it for $10. What an idiot I am in the rain. Boy,
so you got to help put the ring up. So you got to help put up the ring.
Me and two guys put up me, Danger, and two rest put the ring. But we had to take everything out of the truck ourselves, and it was heavy, and it was not fun. And we got $10 to share. And when I said, "Hey, we only got $10," they said, "Hey, man, you don't realize some of the guys who work matches got less than you." Yeah, they was paying them $5. Some of the guys who were just starting out. So, but it's promoter, man. I get it. But we didn't do that anymore. I said, well, why don't you do something? They always want me to train to be a manager. They said, well, why don't you train, for $1,000 with training? I said, I don't need anybody to teach me how to talk. I can talk my behind off right now. I can talk my ass off just sitting here. Well, guess what? I never would pay. But I came in there and I didn't know nothing. So we just went up there and we could do security, which is a joke. Here's T.A. Gold and Mike Davis. He's up there. He's about 6'4" and about 290. I look at I'm your security. Boy, this is a 7. No, bro, you do okay? I said, yeah, but come on, let's get real. My little 5'8" self. Thanks, age 50, I became 5'4". I know I lost my weight, but give me my damn height back. I hate it. I shrunk about 3 or 4 inches. What the hell? The Georgia discs suck. But, so we did that. One time, PN News was wrestling Mike Golden. They were tag partners over in Pacific Northwest. And Mike Golden's a great guy. And Paul was always cool to me, too, when he was over here. But they were wrestling, and they did the reverse avalanche spot. Guys used to in Portland, if a fan was giving, the heels a hard time and Avalanche was working, they'd do a spot where he'd go to throw the heel or the face he'd go to throw whoever he was working with into the ring post. The guy to reverse it. PN would hit the ring post and he'd bounce off on whoever on the front row was the loudest and land on him.
Wow.
Boy, that happened to me. I didn't know if I should sell it like I'm dead or jump up and start crying. I go, I'll come back and get you next time. So that I had this great idea. I'm going to go ahead, and I went to a yard sale, man. I found a $2 ninja costume. Oh, it was glorious. It was great. Well, we had this little friend of ours who was Pakistani, and he was an idiot. But that's a story. I mean, he had 82 jobs, 87 jobs. And back when we knew him, he was only like 25, so he was a moron. But he was supposed to go ahead and wear the ninja costume. I was going to let him do it. But no, he had to go fry fish along with John Silvers, and he got fired because I think he dropped him on the floor later because he was a moron, like I said. But so Danger goes out there, and he puts on the ninja costume. I'm like, I have the world's he's a hefty boy. He's probably, 280, 300, something like that. So I have a little stubby, fat little ninja with me. I'm like, oh boy. Here's what it is. So I go in there and I'm speaking all these different Japanese wrestlers. I go, Great Kabuki. Oh, grandfather. So he's talking in a Marietta accent, acting pseudo-Japanese. Okay. Great Muda. Oh, brother. Every wrestler I said was a relative of his. Aiesto Takagi. Oh, cousin. They're like, I go up there, they go, what is that? I go, he's my ninja. You have a ninja? Yes, I have a ninja. Where'd you get him? If you needed to know, you'd find out. We're just fans over there. We're cracking the heels and the faces. The boys are cracking them in the locker room. We're up there doing it. Then Danger got me because we're up there. I go, Scotty the Body, Levy, Scotty the Body, Anthony, Palm Beach Heartthrob. Went through all his names. Okay, Levy, Ray, all this stuff like there. Anthony. Well, good names. He go, autograph. So I'm thinking Dangerous could get an autograph from Scotty the Body, over here because Flamingo was looking just. Well, no, of course they go autograph. Then Danger grabs a marker and draws out some pseudo quasi ridiculous looking Japanese writings. He goes, he hands it to me. I go, it Raven Willie said, Sky the Body, Flamingo, Palm Beach, Farm Tribe, Anthony. He goes, y'all guys been reading too many K facies. I didn't know what they were, but he said that. Well, then what happened was, he goes, autograph. He goes, oh, your ninja wants autograph? He goes, he asked me to piss paper. No, apparently he wants to give you his. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, that was funny, wasn't it, brother? Yeah, it was. And so we hung out at shows and like put up rings and then wind up announcing and all. And this is in 92, way before that. So he's a guy that doesn't know wrestling, that wrestling's predetermined. He's a guy that thinks everything in the ring happens. He's some hillbilly hayseed from Ackworth, Georgia, who does. No, what the hell? No, I was smart to it. I hated being smart enough because I enjoyed being not having that. I mean, when I went down there and I found two of the guys, I think it was Jailhouse Rocker, who was Terry Lawler, was in the magazine. And it was only in the ratings. It was for WWOW. It was Craig Price's promotion out of South Carolina. Well, so their names were the ratings. It was Jailhouse Rocker and Stud, who was Scotty Riggs later. So I said their names, and he said, bring it down here. The promoter says, bring it down here. I said, okay. I see the heels on the faces sitting there talking. I'm thinking, well, why can't they dislike each other just a little bit, I mean, it's like, you told me where the rabbit hides in the magician's hat. Come on now, So that's how I did that. And then, who would have thought, 2005 to now, I went viral and I'm being interviewed by you guys.
Well, let me tell you, talk about that viral moment. That's what we're talking about.
Talking about interviews, one time, the Honky Tonk Man, before we do that, I'm talking about how I'm portrayed by people before we get into the video, what really happened. People think that I'm, whatever, a hayseed, inbred, whatever they want to think. They can think that my opinion is judged by not how people look at me, but I know myself, how my loved ones feel about me, etc. But at the same time, they can think what they want. Well, then like when it first popped, Honky Tonk Man had a website, and he says, what a goof, and post a video. And I typed out my email. Dear Honky Tonk Man, Mr. Ferris, it is an honor to be called a goof by the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. Boom. I get back an email later from him or his producer, and it says, from him, he said, I was just joking around a little bit. He said, I have this new thing they're doing on the internet, this audio. It's like radio, but it's on the internet. He's smarting me up. It's called a podcast. It's called Shake, Wrestle, and Roll. Or Shake, Rattle, and Roll was one of the two. And he said, I'd like to have you as a guest. So fast forward to being called a goof by the Honky Tonk Man. I'm marking out because the Honky Tonk Man interviewed me, and then, it's like whenever we went up there after we did the Tosh Poitot clip, which we can talk about too, after we did that, Sergeant Slaughter and Coco Ware and me and Lamante DiBiase were all in it. One of the guys I first started watching with, UWF when it was on in Georgia. All the guys were in it, so that I had a camera, still a digital camera, and I went and I took that. You had to take the Kinkos, you had to pay a whole bunch of money to get them developed back then. It's not like it's So I had to go do that, and I got a picture of all four of us with the producer and Daniel Tosh and all, and I blew it up into a little 8x10, and I get at different fan fests, different events for, like I might see Ted DiBiase, and I give him a copy of it, or I give Coco Beware a copy, give Sergeant Slaughter a copy. Or they said, I see you when I go into my office. I'm like, I'm hanging up on the office of G.I. Joe. I used to watch his cartoon. Man, he was cool. You know, I was cheering for him to whoop Nikolai Volkov's ass. I couldn't say they had a communist back then. I'm a good rotten commie scum. Yeah, I was in front of the Reagan years. What can I say? You know, I still don't trust him. Nah, you know, but you know, but that's what it was and all. So it's been some surreal things that's happened after that. So the good always outweighs the bad. But yeah, let's talk about that. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, and there may be some people who know what's going on. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: what set
And
the
then
scene?
what Trick Williams said.
What-
Let's talk
What
about
was
it.
what was the event that you were at where this happened? This meme or this viral moment? Where were you at?
Pardon me. How do you just look at go-go juice? Yes, Diet Coke. It never Coke Zero. That's just me. But as far as what's in my cup. But I was at a tribute to Starcade run by Tony Hunter. That was back in November of 2005, as a matter of fact. Apparently it's been out for like 21 years now.
Wow.
21 years ago, yeah. People were still talking about me there. Hey, you guys interview? I'm getting interviewed on the Fan the Glow podcast. I'm happy. I'm happy to do that. So, yeah. Hell, am I not off for you? I'm doing all the talking. Hell, y'all don't got to say a damn word. Hey, yeah, I'm going to night off. Oh,
So-
I got plenty of win.
I
You know,
want to show
I'm
the whole video
exhausted.
here in a minute. Yeah, I want to show the whole video here in a minute, but kind of lead us into
Oh, you
what
going to
happened.
start the
here.
whole video? I said, what? We have been recording the whole time? Let's
No,
rewind.
no,
I
no.
got to get more go-go juice.
No, I'm talking about your viral moment. I'm going to play 24 seconds of
Sure.
it, but tell us what led up to this.
Go right ahead.
Well, you tell
I don't
us.
want
You were
to
there.
know. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull it up here.
Okay.
You can tell us about it.
Thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it. I mean, thank you.
Easy, man.
Thank y'all guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Funk, for saying what needed to be said. I don't want to see another one of these.
Well, thank
So, what led up to that, and what was that all about?
Basically, I want to go in there and see people like Jerry Lawler, who was there, and I wanted to see Cactus Jack, Big Foley, who was there. I knew Miss Cactus Jack. I actually mowed his grass when he lived in a few times when he lived in Ackworth, Georgia, off Bell's Ferry when he was here for WCW. He used to live around here. So I wanted to see him. I wanted to see the Barbarian because I really hadn't met Barbarian before. So I really wanted to meet him. So I called my friend Craig, and I tell Craig he lived in Athens. I said, hey, let's go up there. So I drove to his place. He drove to Spartanburg with me. So we're looking forward, and I go in there and I see Harley Race wheeled in there in a wheelchair. And I'm like, oh man. I'm thinking, wow. And I'm thinking all these dang bumps they're taking. Because it wasn't I wasn't smart. It wasn't I didn't know what wrestling was. It's just I'm like, man, you know, I hate that about that. And I'm thinking, man, these guys pay for doing this for entertainment. It's real. Yeah, I know they get paid. I hear it all. They get paid. They get this. They get whatever. Okay. When you're old, it sucks. I got back pain. I'm at 52 and I'm not taking bumps in the wrestling ring. I hate to see what some of these guys look like at 60 or so. I mean, the body ain't made out of rubber. They must be doing some great conditioning for that. But, yeah, so so he's in there and he's not the best shape. Other people are gotten older, you know. Cornette and of course Dennis Condrey, Bobby Eaton were there, Terry Funk. So I wanted to see all those guys, and even if I didn't buy a picture, which I did buy pictures back then, but I really don't. I want to see Tom Pritchard and all. So we went up there. So the thing I hate about the video, the thing I'm regretful about it going viral. I mean, it's given me so many blessings. It's not funny. But the one thing that I'm kind of regretful about is, well, I won't say regretful. I just don't like that the clip actually is pulled from what I thought was one of the best question and answer sessions I've ever heard. I mean, in it, okay, let me set the week up. That was the week that Eddie Guerrero died first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Eddie Guerrero died. Everybody loved Eddie Guerrero. You know, he had went up. He had been a superstar. He had been on track to become a superstar, and everybody thought he'd never get pushed because of his size. He was a smaller in stature guy, And and they had, that was the land of giants back then in WWF and WCW. You had Sid, you had, Kevin Nash, you had Taker, you had, I mean, people don't know it, but I mean, Midian and Tex are, over 6 foot, like 6'2", 6'4", they're just sitting really tall, So they had, so Eddie Guerrero had passed away. He was, guy has a fall, comes back, underdog you're rooting for, and finally does it. He finally won the world title. He got it, and he died, and all, and it just sucked. And everybody, they, cheating death,
Right.
His book, and it just, that had broke my heart already. And then also, I'm not going to mention his name. There was a certain wrestler who was sent home off the trip off the European tour because he was all pilled up. So drugs were rampant.
Yeah. That's crazy.
There were a lot of that stuff going on, a lot of pills being used, a lot of all kind of stuff. There were a lot of wrestling desks. People were trying to get bigger because, muscle sold, and it's still a cosmetic business. But I mean, if you're a guy like Mason Rook, or even if you're Mick Foley, I mean, you can get a break, but it's harder for you. Mm-hmm. But back then they looked for a certain thing and only that. And Vince McMahon, he's a bodybuilder, he loves bodies. So, I mean, so he had worked his way up and became dependable. He had some problems with drugs or problems with things that steered him off the golden path, and DUIs and stuff like that. Alcohol's a drug, I guess. But he came back and he was a success story, and then he passed away. And it's terrible about that. And I really hated it. And that broke my heart. And watching the Eddie Guerrero thing, all we did was cry the whole thing. I was married at the time, my wife. We were just sitting right there, just bawling our eyes out because of Eddie Guerrero passing away and seeing all the sad. They just like an Owen Hart tribute. So we having all that. We had wrestlers fall dead. Some of the guys. That was back when Garrison Cade and Test and it was when you had a whole bunch of wrestler deaths one after another. It's like never was going to stop. And they were talking about that, and they said if you could have one match with anyone, who would it be? And I think the Midnight Express, but both Dennis Condrey, rest his soul, he's great, man. Love Dennis, love Teresa. Love him. He's great. And Bobby Eaton, nicest man in the world. They don't make him any better than Bob. And Jim's always been cool to me. Love Jim. Terry, I mean, it's just so. What was I saying? It was Dennis and Bobby and Terry and Bill Apter and Jim and Bill Apter was the moderator. Is where I lost my train of thought for a second right there. But yeah, he was a moderator, and they said who'd have a match with him. They named their who they like to have a match with. For some reason, I never remember. But Funk said, "I like to have one more match with Eddie Guerrero," and you heard some sniffles in the crowd and all. And he's talking about wrestling has a problem with the deaths of young wrestlers, and we need to do something about it. He said, if you trace the history of any town this size, the size of Spartanburg, you'll find that somewhere in the town of this big, like Spartanburg, any town in America, you'll find they got a crack house, people using crack. If you trace the death record back 5 years, you will see that wrestling has had that crack house has had far less deaths than wrestling. Wrestling has more deaths in the last 5 years than that crack house. And we need to get in there and do something about it. So even if it means withholding love to people withholding our love to people that we've mentored, that we've been with or something. Try to get them some help and all. And for what it's worth, WWE has a wellness policy now. You can get some help even if you haven't been in the company or were in the company years ago. They help you try to get back in the straight and narrow, and they can have it for PR or whatever reason. Hey, we don't have as many people passing away now, so for whatever reason, I'm glad. And muscularity and size isn't as much of a problem as it was now because they see that people will buy what people will buy. And it could
Tony
be
Khan's got a
giant.
good program going too.
Yep.
the little man. It's about the book and about the program. So we haven't had that as much. So for whatever reason, I'm glad it happened. So at least they'd clean themselves up since then. We don't have 3 wrestlers dropping dead in the course of 6 months or whatever it was. So I start thinking about that. And I'm crying, and I got tears in my eyes thinking about Guerrero, and I'm thinking, man, Mick Foley did an interview on ECW TV. He said, Dynamite Kid's in a wheelchair over in England. He penniless, and he don't have he don't even have a place to call home. He did an interview. He said, y'all say he's hardcore. He'd lost his ear, and he said it hurt. This is when he had just turned heel in ECW. He said it hurt, and he said, how many of you so-called smart fans have picked the phone and called the Dynamite Kid and thanked him for all the great bumps he took on the concrete floor, especially now that he don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And I'm like, how many people have thanked that? I'm like, man, these guys have taken so many bumps. Man, I'm going to thank them. I'm going to thank them. They're going to ask for some Dick Murdoch stories because the ones I've heard
What's going on, Dozer?
Hilarious. These are my thoughts. That so I'm going to go up there and say thank you. And when I say thank you for what you did to your bodies, and when I say I don't want to see another one of these, I'm talking about deaths in pro wrestling. And then I said, and then out of nowhere I said, it's still me, damn it. I don't know where that came from. Maybe I was that little voice of that little kid back in '85 who's about 11, walking or riding his bicycle to the Time Saver convenience store gas station down on Main Street in Akron, Georgia to buy wrestling magazines. Or maybe it was the kid that grew up in front of a TV of Channel 46 or Channel 36 watching UWF wrestling. And whenever Eddie Gilbert will turn over a new leaf and disavow himself of the Russian flag and Patricia Chirico and the Koloffs and all. And I fell for it and wanted to disavow and even gave the Russian flag to Cowboy Bill Weiss. This is that. And all of a sudden, the Koloffs jump him, and then Gilbert joins in and grabs a shovel, and I'm jumping up. It was a setup. I didn't know it was a setup. It was a setup that Rodney Eddie Gilbert, the blade, and I'm just mad as a hornet. Maybe it was part of, who knows, maybe it was the guy who got into the business accidentally and thought he wanted in and then was heartbroken to find out that it was a work to a certain extent, that there was predetermination and stuff like that. Maybe it was that guy, or maybe it was me now. I don't know where it comes. Call it wrestling Tourette's if you want to. I'm talking about wrestling. It's still real to me, damn it, because it was. I mean, the injuries are real, the stuff like that is. I mean, I just saw, my favorite wrestler, the Barbarian. I saw Jerry Lawler, so I'm already an emotional wreck. I looked at Craig when I meet the Barbarian. I said, Craig, this is real, man. I'm that little kid riding my bicycle Time Saver all over again. I'm going to meet my favorite wrestler, the Barbarian. This is going to be great, man. And I am so excited. This is real, man. They can say what they want to about wrestling, but this is a real moment. And Craig's like, no doubt. Oh, we got to see Tracy Smothers too. You're great guys up there. And so, we're doing that. So I'm ready to emotional wreck of that. And I'm thinking about, Mick Foley, how he can't get around as much. How he said he couldn't find his way to the arena. And then, you got so many other guys who are getting older. You can see it in their look and see how their hair is a little more gray than what it used to be, or how they may need a cane, or they may walk a little slower when they ran, So I'm saying, I'm going to thank these guys for what they did to their bodies. I'm going to appreciate, and I'm going to ask for some funny Dick Murdoch stories. Well, I said, I had great intentions. I thought I was going to do a good thing. I said, maybe my delivery was a little bit off. And somebody told me, it was somebody in the business. I forget who it was. Maybe they'll remind me one day. They said, no, I think it was just right. Maybe it was just right. I go, maybe it was. I don't know. But yeah, and what's weird is I had no idea that in that moment, when I said those words, it stirred me, damn it. I had no idea that when I spoke for one, I spoke for so many who like it, who wanted that time, who want it back like that, who appreciate it, who do understand the sacrifice. Some people are going to get it misconstrued very long, but like I said, I've had so many more blessings than all the negativity in the world online ain't going to worry. Who are these people? You know, they're people with an opinion. You know what they say about opinions? Everybody's got one. They're like, you know, orifices on your anus. They're like your anus.
Right.
You know, everybody's got some stink. I mean, you know, I could care less about the opinions of people who don't know me. If you want to judge me for 42, 48 seconds of my life, you go right ahead. 30 seconds of my life, you go right ahead. Think that I'm a crybaby, think that I'm just some fat guy who doesn't know wrestling's predetermined or whatever. You say whatever you want. I'm never going to call it fake. Never. I'm not going to use that word because it's not. The injuries are real. The ways people live vicariously through it is real. So some wrestling's also cathartic. You know, a lot of times when somebody goes to wrestling and has that heel he could yell at and jump out there, and the bad guy he just hates and gets screamed at, you know, he might not go home and beat his wife that night or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of good things, you know, that wrestling can do. It can give memories. It can make you stand up and cheer. It can make you sit down. It can make you laugh. It can make you cry. Wrestling is a high form of entertainment. It's still really, damn it. I mean,
yeah.
So I mean, but I mean, some people have told me that they felt that way from overseas. I don't even know about half this stuff. People tell me this stuff. I was on a list of 10 of the most well-known sports entertainment fans for WWE.com. I didn't know WWE.com knew I existed. WWE never reached out to me. You know.
Right.
And for that matter, either of you con men, Nick, Shad, could call me. I just need lots. No, I'm kidding. I could care less. I got to manage Barbarian 3 times when I was 50 years old. I got to live my dream. I got nothing else to do in wrestling. That's all I ever want to do, and I did it. And yeah, that's a weird ambition. Yeah, I'm a strange cat. There's only one of me, and that's okay, you know. And but like I said, they had me on their list. They did like a pay-per-view or a super show in the UK called "It's Still Real to Us." Damn it! I mean, Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud wrestled on it. I wrestled on a paper dedicated to you. I'm like, no kid, I didn't even know about it. I don't even know if I got a videotape. I'm like, people hold
you should trademark that phrase. You should trademark that phrase because Michael Buffer trademarked "Let's Get Ready to Rumble." You should trademark "It's Still Real to Me." Damn it, you can make some money on that because it's used a lot.
I've had lawyers tell me to do it, but you know, my bad thing is that, you know, it's like I'm looking for a little thing called a round to it because everything I do, I'll get around to it. You know, I'll do it when I get around to it.
That phrase has been used on this show before. It has been used in the built groups. It's used a lot. You'd be amazed how often.
Yeah, of course it is. Hey, you know what? It was free. I got a few little bucks to fly out. I got scale pay, which is about $762 at the time, and a coach airline ticket to fly out to Los Angeles and go to I think it was a Radisson Inn in Culver City, California for Tosh.0. I got paid that. And then I got to film with everybody. And before it was fun was afterwards, you got to eat cheese enchiladas with Coco Ware and DiBiase and Slaughter. Slaughter was calling it Tosh.0. We had to correct him on Tosh.0. I didn't know much about it. I had to get like an 11-year-old to school me. And, you know, because I knew what they did. And everybody's like, they're going to contact you one day. And they'd reached out to me. Tosh.0 later reached out to me, Daniel Tosh's show, the comedy video show. They're in season 3. And they said, we'd like to have you on the show. And I said, as long as you don't make fun of wrestling, the only thing is Tosh threw that line about Owen Hart, and Percy said it just took him all out of it. No. But a lot of people said that I did good. I reversed the figure 4 on Daniel Tosh. And someone told me I was selling better than half the workers around and all, which is pretty funny and sad to a certain extent. At the time, you know, because they had a lot of bad shows, a lot of shit shows running, you know. But I pay that for that, and then of course, I'm a worker. I'm like, they want me to fly back on a red eye that gets on at 12, so I got to sit in the airport from like 5 o'clock in the afternoon till. I don't want to do that. So I go up there, and somehow I talk my way in Con Delta into telling them I need to rebook my flight for a layover in Vegas, just because I'd never been to Vegas. So I thought, that's what I'll do. So then I talk them into rebooking it. They give me a ticket that's like stapled 3 times. So then I run down there. I jump out of the airplane. I run over, get a taxi cab, gamble a little bit in the airport, get a taxi cab, drive all around there, get an In-N-Out burger, wait back, barely get on the plane, get back to Atlanta the next morning on a red eye. And then I sent them my $50 change fee ticket just to have them, and they sent me a check back, believe it or not. So yeah, I worked that out. And
my main question
later,
I
did. Well, before we do that, later I did, however, it did work out because they had the movie The Unbreakable Bunch, and I had a speaking part in there, but it was cut on the cutting room floor, and because they had to trim the movie down some, and and Dave's line gets cut. It wasn't really them then, but that's okay because this was a SAG-AFTRA production. I had to sign a SAG-AFTRA thing, so I'm SAG-AFTRA eligible. I don't make enough to be a member of SAG-AFTRA because you got to make like $100,000 or $128,000 a year or something like that to qualify for benefits and retirement and all that good stuff. But I'm eligible, so I can get royalties now. So finally they did that, and the SAG later contacted me and said, "We have a lot of money in escrow for you." I'm like, "Cool." So I got I think it was like $2,400 in escrow royalties. I'm like, man, I'd love to see what Dwayne Johnson's check is, man. Dwayne probably gets a ton of dough from SAG-AFTRA on royalties for all his movies and stuff. I probably could live off what he gets on royalties. I probably could live well, as a matter of fact.
All right.
But I mean, but thankfully I did that and all. And the Unbreakable Bunch, it's wrestlers get space aliens. How can you not love that? Right. So, and then there's other stuff I may be in and all. It's not like I'm trying to act. I work I won't go into detail, but I work as a contractor in Atlanta in the, I guess you'd say in the, I've been in either the janitorial industry or the trash industry because there's only so many people who want to do either one. And I've been pretty successful with both of them. So, I mean, how many people want to stick their head in toilets? And well, unless you're working a match where they put a toilet seat over your head or something,
Right.
But I mean, let's face it. But I mean, that's what I've done, and I'm now in government and do government contracting and with the company, and hey, I've been there for quite a few years, and I'm talking to the owner the other week, and she's pleased with us. So we try to do a good job for her, and she does a good job for us. So we just keep it going. So that's what I do, and but I mean, that kind of stuff brings me, joy to be able to what do you call it? To be able to be in a part of wrestling, to be able to, because I've worked in it, I've managed, I've announced, I've put up rings. So it wasn't I didn't know what was going on. People were like, well, you don't know what school wrestling is. Nobody was smarting him up. No, I knew exactly what it was. But it meant something to me. I mean, there's stories of my childhood. Hell, I wasn't going on dates as I got older. No, I had to see what's going on with, with North Georgia Wrestling Alliance. I'm thinking, damn, I really was a nerd. But there's a lot of kids who do.
We're all nerds. We're all nerds.
Yep.
They'd rather watch wrestling on a date or go to a movie. But yeah, thankfully I got a little dough out of it. So if anybody wants me for a movie, could call me. I'll work you in. If you want to pay me a lot of money, that's great. Okay. What's your question there, my friend?
Okay, Mark.
No, that's your question.
Oh,
that's your question.
When you were sitting on the bleachers there and you asked that question, what was the reaction from the wrestlers on the panel?
Wrestlers on the panel, they were genuinely understanding. They kind of understood how I felt. Cornette has it listed in the Midnight Express book, the history book, which blew my mind because I go, oh my God. Because somebody had to point this at me. I said, oh my God. I'm in the book. So in some way, I'm a little footnotes
Hey,
footnote in
you're part of
Midnight
pop
Express
culture right
Wrestling.
now. You're
Yep.
part of pop
I'm
culture.
part of, but I was a footnote in the Midnight Express history. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Oh,
And I mean, some of the
definitely.
guys, and I love Randy Rose too. I don't think him and Dennis get enough credit. Norvell, they were a great Midnight Express. But I mean, Honky Tonk was Midnight Express.
I mean,
Roy
what
Ray
a hell
Phoenix
of a
was in
name
there.
to
So
get impressed by, Jim Cornette. Like you said, put you in the book and everything. That's a hell of
but that blew my
person to
mind.
put you over.
But being able to be in movies and be able to have rescue. What's weird is when you go to a fan fest and somebody says, "Hey, can I get a picture with you? I want to get a picture with you." And of
Mhm.
course, I say, as long as I can get a picture of you back. Everybody else is paying you, $50, $100 in line. They want a picture with me, and I get one, no charge, and they're just having to wait. I'm sorry, but hey, if guy working for ABC company wants a photo, sure, I'm not going to deny him. Some people will be like, let me catch you some love. I'm here with so and so. He's great. He's real. I'm on the Span the Globe podcast, and it's great. It's fantastic. It's topical. They talk about the best belts. They talk about the prettiest belts and awesome belt. And let me tell you, the Span the Globe podcast. Damn it. And then like that, walk off. I try to be one take Dave. I got to do the
Right.
heel run as a manager in Carrollton, Georgia, that resulted in a match. I having a match with Shane Knowles, and like the promos were amazing because it's amazing. Not that weren't that amazing. I could have done better, but it was amazing. The promos got like 70 something thousand views. And it's like I go up there. I was a loser, but I'm a winner now. I'm half owner of Peach State Ride. I went up there. I was a hill manager for the exotic ones, and also the commissioner. So go figure. It was amazing to be able to do the hill run and all. And I think I ran everybody off. But boy,
No,
I must
they're
have
just
beat with everybody.
no. They'll be back. I'll have to turn my
I
camera off
thought
here
they were
because
tapping out. Like, boy, hey, you came back. I thought raining out of the building. Boy, I bored
You're good.
somebody to death, didn't I?
You're good.
No, not at
No.
all. Not at all. Not at all.
No.
It was amazing. Whenever
But we
I
are-
was running as a heel in Carrollton, Georgia, let me tell you something. What way I got in there was we just hung around so much, and we'd be at the karate school where they did it. Steve Lawler was the booker. Steve Brawler Lawler you might have saw him on some of the stuff, and he was the booker, and he just was always cool to me. And he let me and Danger in the back. Danger became the de facto referee. I tried to referee. I saw too much. They kicked me out immediately. So we go in the back and watch the matches, and every now and then they'd ask us their perspective, or we just go in the back and sit around and just talk to the boys and all, just hang around with it. Then we started putting up rings. I was trying to get a spot as a manager, never did, but then I wound up being an announcer and all this stuff. And then Danger never refereed a match in public or anything like that. So I wanted to get him in the Gulf Coast reunion. Was a reunion they had. They may still have it. I just don't know. I haven't been able to keep up because I got too much things going on in my life to keep up with everything on social media. Sorry, there's more to life than social media.
Well, we are 2 minutes to the second hour. We got to pay some bills and show some sponsors. If you just hang in there, we'll run the videos for the sponsors of the show, and we'll continue right after this.
Support these guys. They're supporting the Span the Globe podcast. And now a few words from our sponsors.
Market.
Yeah, I was muted there. I didn't realize that.
That's
You were watching Span the Globe on the Dab Network.
I'm like, wait a minute here.
Bills.
You muted. I'm like, how long are you going to be? I'm there. I'm up there. He hit the Nick vape and everything. I'm trying to keep.
I know Mark has a couple of questions for you as well, and Andy might
Feel
have
free to
some
ask.
questions.
Ask questions of Dave.
Somebody asked you a while ago in the comments, what do you think of today's wrestling compared to what you watched growing up?
I still watch it. No, I ain't stopped watching it. I mean, do we all look back with nostalgia and enjoy that more? Yeah. Is that what I reached to? Yeah, a lot of stuff. Do I keep up as much? No, because I have responsibilities. I was a kid in high school, and I was smart. And I was a nerd, and you know, wouldn't even know how to get a girl, much less. I understand how Mick Foley was. He's like, when I saw a girl laying drunk on the floor, I didn't think about. I didn't think about romance. I thought about dropping the elbow on her. I mean, the rest of it warps your mind.
Yeah.
Another story from Carrollton. I was a heel over there and getting so much heat. I actually got a death threat, and I popped for it. I go, yes. They're like, you're insane. I said, no, that's the way you eat. That's some damn heat, my friend. Well, then the next show we did next month, I said, I ain't need death threats, not. No, it's not the threats. Damn it, I didn't do my job. I should have done my job better. Well, then later, I got my car keyed over in Carrollton.
Wow.
My Camry, that was my personal car, and I'm pissed. But it's weird, and some of the wrestlers understand how I feel. On one hand, I'm alternating between, oh, man, they keyed my damn car, they keyed my effing car. They're like, ooh, but that's good heat. They don't do that heat anymore because this is like 2013. I'm like, they keyed my damn car, they keyed my effing car. Dude, that's good heat. So I'm up here like being freaking amazed on one hand, but pissed on the other hand. And I'm like, right. God, what's wrong with me? But I mean, I thought about getting it fixed, but I never could because I wore that scratch in my car like a badge of honor. Traded that Camry in at 391,000 miles. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota. But there's the throwback 80s commercial for all you commercial fans out there.
I know what you're talking about.
Sponsors.
Oh, man.
I told you I got plenty of time. Yeah, I could go. I'm breaking the fourth wall, but hey, I got plenty of stories. And they're all true. I'm like the Forrest Gump. Yeah. I sure love my genie. I'm like running around there, they're doing some great angle. And I'm like sitting over there in the corner. I'm like, what's going on here? Hey, it's like Jim Cornette said, hey, you're the reason we got in Tosh-Point. They should have picked my picture on Tosh-Point program. You're the reason why we got on Jimmy Kimmel because Kimmel played the clip. He wanted me. They talked to me, but when they found out I wasn't some kind of lunatic, I guess I lost their thing. I guess I lost their desire to get me on the show and everything. I guess I was too normal for them. Funny thing is at Tosh-Point, we're doing Tosh-Point. They had to smart me up. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, everything's a work. I kayfabe everything. I'm going to the store. What do you get kayfabe? Where are you going, kayfabe? What are you doing, kayfabe? Kayfabe everything. Well, everything's a work. What's the work? Politics is a work. You know. In some cases, marriage is work. It is a work to me. All this, everything else, your job's a work. Everything's a work. Okay. TV shows are a work because Tosh-Point is up there and I'm up there being my usual gregarious self. They say, okay. And these are their words, not mine. I'm going to try to clean it up here. It's okay. We get it. You're funniest. Zuck for you for you who speak Carney. You're funny as fuck. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's the whole main idea of the Tosh-Point show. Okay. You guys are ordinary people that were thrust in extraordinary situations. Ordinary people in extraordinary situations. Tosh is the nut. That's the way how it works. I said, okay, I get it now. So what they didn't know was they got some of your favorite wrestlers here. What they didn't know is I already saw DiBiase on the plane right over here. Somebody had a connecting flight in Atlanta. I even asked him for his autograph, and I was doing a little podcast called The David Danger Show. And I even give him a card. I never did have him on the show, but I did have Coco on the show. It was an audio podcast. We enjoyed it. We got an interview with San Martino. But I did a podcast, David Danger Show. But it was I lost track of thought again. But it was just amazing because I'd seen him. I'd seen Coco be wearing the back spray paint his hair to get ready. I didn't know about Sergeant Slaughter till later. But what they didn't know is I'm over there. I'm picking up a script that's reading all of Daniel's lines and questions he's going to ask me. And I I already have the answers in my head. They don't even know I got a copy of the script. You're going to be serious. Okay. They don't even know what I'm reading, you know. But and Tosh was over there doing the he was having somebody play a YouTube video on their phone, you know, the Ultimate Warrior. You can imitate the Ultimate Warrior. But they had to smart me up and say, okay, you're normal, Tosh. Okay, fine. I won't be as funny as I normally am. I won't be as silly. I won't be me. Okay. So that's why I had to tone it down to like, oh, I don't know, 0.25 of myself, you know, whatever. Yes, I lost weight. I know you're spitting the fat kid on here. People grow up, they become 52, they shrink. Okay, it's the way of the world, you know. Yeah, and you know, Thunder Rosa, I love her. I see her every WrestleMania, and I always get a hug. And
Mark loves Thunder Rosa too.
I do.
But Rosa looks at me. She goes, "Hey, how'd you lose all your weight?" I go, "Shooting up, baby, shooting up, just like shooting up." I said, "I did the Majaro gimmick, man. Sit up half the man it used to be. Went from 302 to 150. You know, hey. She cracked up. She cracked up when I said shooting up. I said, I'm doing the shot gimmick, you know, because wrestling make you talk funny, you know." Mm-hmm. You know, wrestlers can understand. Yeah, I talked to brother, and brother told me that brother said, and they understand exactly when they're just saying brother, you know, or you know, they can speak to Carney. I never could do it. Billy Black was fantastic. I suck. I'm like, I ease went to Z. I can't even do it. The hell with Carney. Okay, I can't even do it. Brian Blair can. I just can't do it. They speak Black. They're amazing. But I mean, you know, that's, you know, but I mean, Rosa looks at me and pops at that. So, yeah, so got to do that. Yes, I know you're not what I was spitting in chat, but this is how I am. And yeah, it was an emotional day. It was a weird day. It was 48 seconds of my life. I was a different person back then. I mean, you know, I was married. I mean, you know, or I was engaged at the time, I believe, when we did the video. You know, girlfriend didn't dump me. I mean, he must be a virgin. No, I'm sorry, man. I've had quite a few women. Maybe I had yours, you know. No, they put it on the internet, you know. Oh, he's sick, you know, years ago.
I like that.
Oh, he's sitting in his mama's basement eating Cheetos. I'm like, that's what they asked for Cheetos for.
Could be worse. You could be sitting in a beanbag eating Cheetos in front of a fan.
What? Do what?
I said it could be worse.
At least
you could be eating
Buddy
Cheetos in a beanbag,
died,
right?
You know?
There you go.
Sitting in a beanbag. Back then, I couldn't get up and out of a beanbag. That's one thing I noticed since I lost weight. If I get up out of a chair or get off a toilet, I don't go, oh boy. I go, hey, I stood up. How does that happen? Body dysmorphia is real. I still think I'm fat as hell. I'm like, yeah, I'm a fat guy. Oh, damn, I'm not. Oh, hell. Probably took me a couple more years to learn that. I hadn't learned it for about 3. I'll learn it, won't learn it tomorrow.
So, Mark, when did you become a referee?
The keto diet. What? Become a referee? No, I got a rib plate on me about that, man.
Oh, geez.
I was at a show and they didn't have a referee. So it said, Dave, you're going to referee. We don't have a shirt. You're going to referee. I said, I've never repped a match before in my life. This is going to be an abortion. They go, what are you talking about? You rep? No, I have not. I've never repped. I said, this is going to suck ass. They're like, no. I said, all right, whatever. I'm going to call it down the middle as a straight shoot or as a shoot referee. So that's what I did, you know. I go, okay, come here. Let me check you. Okay, you get over there. You over there. Okay, you ready? Okay, ring the bell, you know. So I did it. And I told the guy, I said, you know, that's the first match ever. He said, nah, man. He said, there's no way. I said, yeah. You know, Logan Price, the son of rugged Rod Price. God, I love Rod Price. Logan's great. He told me, he said, you've been around the business all your life, brother. He said, you'll be great. And I said, okay, brother, if you're good with that, I'm good with that. So I went up there and I did it. I just wore a black shirt and a black pair of black pants. And thankfully, the referee got in there. They did have a referee show up, so I ref 3 matches and he ref 3 matches, which is perfectly fine with me. So at least I got to do a little reffing and got to sign a few autographs or take a few pictures and got to hang out with some of the wrestlers I've seen at the little fan festing they had. So, but yeah, they played a rib on me and made me ref, and I never ref before. I heard I did good. Nowadays, when I go to a show, Dave, you want to do anything? No, not if I can help it. What do you want me to do? I'm trying to do a little. I'm like Colonel De Beers. So I want to start a match. I want to start slow and taper off.
You mentioned
I'm doing very little and trying to do less.
You mentioned Daniel Tosh. He's a stand-up comedian, right?
Yes, sir. That's what they say.
What do you think of Robin Williams?
What, Robin Williams?
Yeah.
What? He's dead? No, I mean, he was. I never watched a lot of stand-up. I like him in Morgan Dandy. I mean, he
I'm
is.
sorry, I had to laugh. I had to laugh.
You know? It's okay to pop. I'm going to crack you up. I don't care. But that's what I think. I mean, no disrespect to him, but I hadn't thought about Robin Williams since he passed away. That's just the first thought in my head. Hey, man, I've been operating on very little sleep lately, okay? It's just the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
But, man, I tell you. But, yeah, Daniel Tosh, he has a Roku channel. I don't know if I get paid off that, but if I do, watch him episode 3,000 times. I really would have. If I get 3 episodes of happy, he got a Roku channel, a Pluto channel, he got everything, and he's still alive too. Not that it's wrong in people being dead, but they die every day. That's why you never see a cemetery out of business. No.
Wow.
People are dying to get them.
Have you ever considered politics?
Yes, I consider it a joke. I consider it a work too. What I consider politics? No. It's a work. I mean, okay, regardless of political persuasion, let's take the politics. Whether you're a fan or a hater, it don't matter. Okay. The Prez is a worker. Okay. He really is, because you know what? He's a worker. Because on one side, he gets all the heat. He's the worst thing in the world. A lot of people think he's the worst guy in the world. And, he may or may not be. Who knows? A lot of people think he's the best guy in the world. He may or not be. Who knows? But he gets heat. He goes up there. He cuts the promo. Someone says something. He attack. Deny, attack. That's the Roy Cohn method. His dad's attorney. So, but he's a worker, man. I don't know if McMahon learned from McMahon or McMahon learned from him. I mean, but if I consider politics, yeah, I consider not doing it. I consider, I vote, but I don't tell anybody who I vote for. Why do you want to do that? I mean,
Well, the reason I asked that question is because for some reason you remind me of Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota.
Why is that? Well, when have I been governor of anything? Let's see. Who's a governor? Let's see here. In Minnesota, Ted Walz, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Jesse Ventura,
you got all kinds of great governors. I mean, but I mean, Minnesota's a different beast. I mean, Minnesota has a different group, different demographic, a different way of living than Georgia does. I don't know anything about snow and about International Falls having that, No, I don't know about that. No, I'm stream of consciousness. I'm all over the page, and that's just how it is. If I'm Tim Walz, so be it. I don't know.
I just resembling is why I asked, because
I watch a little bit, and I try to avoid as much as I can. Let's say this.
Same here.
Half the shows are spin anyway. I mean, half of it's propaganda. If you want to listen to something from the left perspective, then you can listen to something like MSNBC or whatever left broadcaster is. You want to watch something from the right or the extreme right, you watch either Fox News, or you watch Newsmax, or even some of the other ones. I mean, There's a Mike Lindell, my pillow. I mean, there's all kind of thing. I'm squeezing my pillow right now. What the hell ever,
yeah.
But I mean, what can you do? I mean, no desire to be political. I have no desire. I want your vote. Hell, I don't want to do anything if I can help it. It's like I become the Austin Isle of rest. Now, if it's managing Barbarian, I'll drive 100, 200 miles, 130 miles, 2 to 3 hours just to do that. Just because I don't give a damn if I get paid or not.
I do it for free. Yeah,
I want money, promoters. That doesn't mean you can do that, but in theory, okay. But I mean, if it's something I want to do or something I can sleep with teeth to do, yeah, sure, I'll be happy to do it. But if not, I'm like it's like they say if Austin didn't want to go somewhere, he didn't go. I'm like the Austin fans. He's like, okay, do I want to go to a show or do I want to watch some American Greed? Hey, American Greed's over. I watch some of that. Hey, I can do Wonder Woman on DVR. Hey, Linda Carter's still over with me, even though it was like 79 or whatever. It's 77. Why not? Hey, I got BTV tunes, man. Scooby Doo and Woody Woodpecker. Man, Chili Willy, he kills me, man. That little penguin is awesome, man. That penguin kills me every weekend. That's my mental therapy. I get to go see Dr. Chili Willy at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning and Dr. Woody. And occasionally I get to see Dr. Bugs and Dr. Daffy and Dr. Wile E. Coyote, super genius. And then once in a while, I even get to see Dr. Tweety Bird or maybe even Dr. Footy Tat. So, yeah.
I got one last question for you, then we'll let you go. This was asked in the comments earlier. Do you have a favorite belt, championship belt?
I like a lot of them. I actually own some belts. I look for them, but of course I can't find it. I can't find anything around this house for some reason. But I have the USWA unified title, which I thought was cool. I also have the USWA title. I have the Southern heavyweight title that Jerry Lawler held because I was a big Memphis mark. I never have got a tag team belt because I'd have to have two. And I don't want to start that. I just can't. I can't do it. If I didn't have two, I wouldn't be right. So I can't ever get a tag team belt. But that I have that, and I also have the television title from NWA WCW days when they had the logos of the networks. Because as a kid, before I found wrestling, I'd like read TV guides and write out program listings and decide what time cartoons. I've been a nerd for a while. I can answer questions. I still got it bad. So, So I like that belt. So I got the television title. I got the USWA unified title. I got the Southern title. I've thought about getting the Texas title or the UWF title because the Texas title was beautiful. The Texas title with all the cities in Texas. That's some great craftsmanship, great handiwork.
I've got that belt. I think I sent you a picture of it. We were chatting before.
And I saw that. I appreciate that too. And every single time I look at it, every single time I go to a fan fest, I take some time to look at the belts because I just admire the handiwork and the craftsmanship. I mean, it's fantastic. I wish I was a belt expert. I could have added more to your topic, but I hope I've been a great distraction from your normal whatever you're doing that I'm distracting you from.
No doubt at all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming on.
What other comments are they saying? What are you talking about me about? Everybody, they said bad things about me. Hell, they said worse things about Jesus Christ. He's a better man than I was.
No, you haven't been able to see the comments I put on the screen?
I'm 55 and I need to get. I'm 52 and I need to get a new pair of spectacles.
I got you. Okay.
These bifocals ain't worth the buy no more, man. Hey, you don't know how far I'm sitting away from the computer. I'm like,
okay.
Damn, I am blind as hell, man. I tell you one thing.
Well, Gianni Martello says. Well, Gianni Martello says hello. He's met you at the.
My mind is missed the most.
Yeah, Gianni Martello says hello. He's met you at the
gathering.
Hello,
how are you? Good to see you.
As a matter of fact, he shot a video you did for us for the intro for the show tonight.
He's a great man. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd always forgot that I had a concussion a while back, so a lot of my memory is a little foggy. Plus, I'm old as hell. So, boy, I tell you one thing. I'm gonna take any Alzheimer's drugs I can get. I'm gonna take every one of them. I want to protect what little bit I got. Yeah. God's sakes, believe me.
Well, David Wills, we greatly appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Maybe we'll have you on sometime in the near future.
I greatly appreciate you having me on the show. I think you guys have been fantastic to me. Y'all have been wonderful hosts, and I appreciate the interview. I'm humbled and honored by that. I'm humbled and honored by, fans come up to me and talking to me. It's weird when young wrestlers tell me that I inspired them, which is nuts to me. And or people say, you're the first video I saw on the internet. I'm like, whoa. It's just weird little things. It's like, yeah, I know exactly how he feels. He was me, And I've met guys like I met Brock Lesnar guy. He's a great dude. I've had some conversations with the crying CM Punk fan. I try to act like they're okay. I'll break kayfabe a little bit. Yeah, I try to act like there was heat when I call myself the OG crying wrestling fan, because everybody was putting over the Punk guys greater than me. But then, of course, I said, hey, man, this will work. Let's do something. Maybe we can get a match and get a payout out of it. But, he kind of wanted to be anonymous, and he's a great guy. And I never had met some people and all, but I had a conversation with Ellis Med, I believe his name is, the Undertaker fan. I never met the Angry Miz girl and stuff, or the shirt guy and everything, or the hat guy, or Faith No More guy. I never met some of these guys, but I was on a list with all these guys. It's just been such an honor to be on your show and talk and watch y'all talk about the belts and be able to catch up on some episodes of your podcast, preparing for the show. And again, I apologize I couldn't make it last week. I was about dead tired, so it's probably good I wasn't. I'm a little more jazzed today. But I really appreciate everything, all the blessings I've got to be able to meet great wrestlers, call some of the guys that were my heroes as a child, the Barbarian, my friends, to have him call me up just to say hi, to talk to my parents and say hi to them and ask about my family. We talk about each other's family, never talk about what's going on in wrestling. Just talk about each other's families, or if we're going to be in the area. I get to see him in the next week. Yay! I get to see the Barbarian again. But I want to mark out I'll be at the gathering coming up on. I'll be at the gathering coming up on in the next week, I believe, in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to be at the Heroes and Legends Fan Fest down in Marion, Indiana, on the 8th of August. It's going to be a great show. Jason Maples is a great promoter. He went out and had me on one of his events years ago, and I want to come up there and I want to do this because he's a great guy. And of course, I'll be at WrestleCade coming up probably around that's the Thanksgiving weekend. And between now and then, I hope to be like the Austin Idol of fans. Where do I want to sit at home, or do I want to watch American Great? Hopefully, I can do very little and try to do less. But if something happens, if somebody's working the show, if somebody says, "Hey, come over," I say that every year, and I never keep my word. I'm such a liar as far as that goes. Of course, I'm going to go to a show now and then, but probably quite a few more. But yeah, but y'all been great, every one of you. I appreciate all of y'all having me on the show, and it's been an honor to talk to you, Mark, and all. And I just want to encourage people to keep on supporting your sponsors. They help make the Spanning the Globe podcast happen. Those are important. Don't skip the commercials because you need to see them, because you need to support the sponsors. And keep supporting great podcasts like the Spanning the Globe podcast. Sure, some podcasts may have more notoriety, but these guys really love what they do, and they talk about belts and all. And it's a great thing to talk about. That's the great thing about the internet. You got so many different subjects. But I just want to say that, with all the joy that I've had talking to you guys, and with all the good work you do, everything that goes up, the Spanning the Globe podcast every Thursday at 7:00 Central Time. Let's do the road of me, damn it.
David Wills, thank you so much. You have a great night. We'll talk again soon.
Okay, excuse me.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Have a good night.
Next time. All right, good night.
David Wills. We have 30 minutes left of the show, guys.
We do?
We do, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It was. How do we follow that up?
I don't know how you follow that up.
You can't. You just do the best you can.
Okay. Great guess.
That's
Great
not-
guess.
You can't follow up that.
Great guy. Hopefully, the situation that delayed him last week will work itself out. I know a little bit about it. I won't go into that. Just some family stuff. So hopefully, it'll work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Great
right.
energy.
He does have great energy. Yes, he does. Where we? Oh, I forgot to mention when we did the second hour announcement. Tell him we said hello, Gianni.
Mm-hmm.
We said hello. Hold a second. Oops. Oh, he messaged me. Okay. So there's some stuff going on in wrestling, guys. You want to talk about that? Some AEW signings from WWE superstars?
Yeah, I think it's a wrap on New Day is officially going to be with AEW, is what I've heard.
Yeah. I'll find my notes here. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Now, Big E, is he still retired?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still going to do commentary.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not going to get in the ring again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wonder if he's going to follow them over there as a manager or some other role.
No, he seems very happy with doing his commentating before and after the pay-per-views. I've heard him. He seems very happy with that.
I got you.
But I doubt.
Okay.
I mean, it could happen, but I doubt it.
Okay.
I'm just anxious to see what the New Day's name would be in AEW.
Yeah. I've read something about Baron Corbin coming back.
Yeah, he's back. Mm-hmm.
He showed up on SmackDown.
Okay, I missed it last week.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I think you'll see Sheamus pretty soon at AEW too.
I read
yeah.
that. Yeah, he couldn't come to terms with his contract with WWE, so he just decided to cut ties and move on. That's a long time at one company. He will be missed, but he was not being used.
I mean, the poor guy. He gets hurt all the time too. I mean, you got to be real, both sides. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I also heard he didn't want to take the 50% cut too. So that was another thing that had to determine.
He just signed a new deal like a year or two ago, 5-year deal. And
I mean, a lot of guys don't want to take the pay cut, man. I mean, they think it's like UFC. It's not UFC.
On the topic of pay cuts, let me find this. Richie, you sent this to me earlier today.
Yeah, that was
there
script.
Was a memo that was leaked
Mm-hmm.
that alleges that here it is. Because of the pyrotechnics used in Cody Rhodes' entrance, they had to make cutbacks in production in other areas.
do you guys really think that's real?
No,
I think it is.
It's BS. I mean, the way they addressed it, what did they say? Cody Garrett Runnels, whatever. I mean, Rhodes. I mean, it's all. I mean, look at it. It's just BS.
No. And I don't think he's had no more pyrotechnics than Shawn Michaels had.
Yeah.
No.
Or Goldberg or anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, the Undertaker's entrance is the longest out of all of them.
Well, there's no pyrotechnics involved in his though.
Yeah.
That's all lighting.
Yeah.
It's the cost of the pyrotechnics, which is basically just a bunch of gunpowder,
Yeah.
I guess gunpowder's not cheap.
Nope.
But if you see this around, I can't read that. I tried to zoom in on it. I couldn't read it.
It's in all the sheets right now. All their dirt sheets. It's on there.
Okay.
That's where I grabbed it off.
I mean, I was reading part of it, and it looked like all BS. It's just not right.
I think it's just smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't remember if they still do this or not, but I know when Raw first came on the air, they shot a lot of pyrotechnics off.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that made me disappointed was the reveal of Big Cass coming back. To me, what I would have did if it was me, I would have had him and Enzo come out and jump the tag team champions and leave and run the ring and leave. That's what I would have did. Don't do no vignettes. Just have them come out. They ruined the whole surprise.
Right.
It just took away from the whole thing.
Well, they showed one, but they didn't do anything with Enzo, so maybe Enzo's their big surprise.
I went to Enzo's Instagram and I went to his X account, and right after they dropped that video, he dropped the picture of Cass vignette, and then underneath the picture of him and Cass holding the #1 tag team award together.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped it as soon as that vignette got done playing. So they're a package deal. They know you know they have to be a package deal.
They have to be. They have
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
Like I said, they could have gone so much better. They did it, and it fell flat.
Yeah. I think Vince is just well beyond his years as far as running a wrestling company. I just think he's just.
I mean, if anybody's going to buy it in a few years, it'll be the Saudis. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
agree.
I know we have the internet. I know people are going to find out stuff through the internet. But stuff like that, you want everybody to be surprised. You even want staff to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the things they didn't tell, who was it? Somebody was returning. They didn't even tell Michael Cole. And Michael Cole was a part of the WWE, you know, the board of directors and all that.
I don't think Shane has the backing, the financial backing.
I think the only one person who can get the backing would be The Rock.
Maybe, yeah.
You know?
I mean, to me, it's just starting to get stale to me. I'm starting to find indie wrestling more better than
AEW's been putting on a good show.
And even AEW, yeah. AEW, TNA, MLW.
They've been putting on a real good show every week.
You know, it's just.
I want to go back and take care of some business at the top of the second hour. I forgot to mention this because of our guest. We are sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Leathering and by Ashley Southern Designs. And, of course, we are brought to you by the Dab Network, which also hosts the Double Dropkick podcast, which is on every other Saturday night with Kevin Davenport. His next guest, I think he's having a show this Saturday, right? Is it this Saturday? He's going to have the Lego belt guy?
Yeah.
I believe so.
You don't want to miss that episode. There's a guy that makes championship belts out of Legos. It's really cool. You don't want to miss that show. Double Dropkick Saturday night on the Double Dropkick YouTube channel and other social media apps. And I can't remember. There's several. I can't keep up with Twitter, Twitch, yeah, all sorts of stuff. And you also want to catch the Broadcast. They're on every Tuesday night, not every other Tuesday, every Tuesday night. That's Ethan Thompson and Stone Cold Steve. Of course, Ethan is also a co-host on Double Dropkick. And they talk about anything under the sun involving men. So you don't want to miss that show. Check it out. They do a great job. They do a great job. Need one of these tonight.
Oh, yeah. Give me a double shot, Mark.
I don't even drink.
That was a great time, though. That was a great time. Oh, man. Also, I showed you the belt of the week, which is the Shop Rhyme belt. I won't show it again, but I do still have this belt for sale. It's a strap. Send out leather strap for a kid size WWE Network logo, shop logo. This was ordered by a customer who decided she didn't want to pay for it once it was finished. It's got a full backing on it. It's a full send out strap. It's notched out for the belt tip. Right there. Great tooling. It doesn't have the logos. I didn't put the logos on there because I didn't have any logos at the time. But the tooling is all there. And I did put my maker stamp in the snap box there. I'm asking $200 ship. This is $50 less than what the customer was going to be charged. And I still think I got punked on that deal. But anyway, this could be yours for $200 shipped. It's ready for your plates. All you have to do is unscrew them off your shop belt and put them on here. If you have a child that has a network logo, kid size, perfect for them. Be a great birthday gift, Christmas gift coming up this year.
Platinum.
What?
I'm sorry.
I want to address something because I didn't put a lot of the comments up during that, and part of that reason is the comments are starting to get a little bit aggressive. Some guys are trying to put themselves over in the comments, and I get that. We have a lot of comedians, but be respectful. Don't target somebody. I know our guest was, he had a lot to say.
Just a little.
Just a little bit, yeah. And it's not just that. It's just that on a weekly basis, it's just that we can't even wait for hour number 2 to get a little wild and crazy. So just kind of police yourselves, because I've already banned one commenter tonight. I hated to do that, but it got out of hand. So let's just be respectful of the hosts and the guests, and to each other. We greatly appreciate it. We all want to have a great time. So
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So, but we do appreciate each and every one of you, but we just ask you to be respectful. He's a very nice guy. He is. I spent an hour with him on the phone talking about coming on the show. And that phone call went much like the first hour and a half of the show. So I kind of knew what I was getting, but
God bless him, though. He's got some energy.
Absolutely. And that guy has had some
Ton
life
of energy.
experiences. That guy's had some life experiences in the industry that none of us have had.
I'm 51 and I don't have that much energy.
Yeah. Very nice guy. Just
I think the thing that shocked me the most is his favorite wrestlers. They seem to be more about WWF than the Southern, like NWA, and I mean, all Flair and the Rock and Roll. I really thought he was just going to tear into all that. He had a lot of WWF.
Well, yeah, but the Barbarians never won on his list.
Yeah,
and 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6.
6. Those are his top 6. Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised. Some people,
You're good.
some people like that.
You're 42 minutes late. I'll have to unban that other person after I have a little chat with him. But anyway, no, that was a great hour and a half. I need a. Never mind.
Well, you had the picture of the alcohol a little bit ago. So.
Yeah, I need that and a good blunt
shot.
But no, that was great. Enjoyed it a lot.
Hell of an energy. He's like I said, it's just the little thing he got notoriety for. I mean, his 15 minutes of fame. You know what I mean?
That moment was pure raw emotion.
Yeah,
and
it was real.
For it to go viral the way it did, it just exploded. It was a movement.
Sure.
And I know he said that.
We were all like that at one time. When we were
what takes you back to the point when you first start questioning and say, wait a minute, is this legit?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it does take you back.
Can you imagine going to a wrestling event and having an open microphone and asking a question and people talk about it for 20 years?
Yep.
All over the world, not just all over the world.
Yep.
I mean, that's amazing. It's awesome. But
hey, give me 15 minutes of fame. I'll go on every show.
Well, he's had more than 15 minutes.
Right?
He's had 20 years.
Got to ride that train.
Absolutely. I want to talk a little bit about Bell stuff here for a minute. I had on the show a few weeks ago, I showed off my Big Stone Globe, and I noticed it started to develop a little bit of tarnishing on it. And that's my first belt that I ever bought, my first real replica. And I was talking to the guys after the show, and Richard recommended a product called Damprid. And so my wife actually had some at her office. There's different forms of it. I think some of them comes in a can or a tube or something like that. This came on a clothes hanger, and the top of the bag looked like styrofoam pellets, and a clear bag at the bottom. Within a month, I think it's a month, maybe a little bit more than that, the bottom of the bag filled full of water. It just sucked the water out of the room.
You'd be surprised how much moisture is in your rooms.
Yeah. So it filled up, and we tossed it, and my wife found this other product, which is similar. It's called Vac Plus. And I just hang it right there at the end of my belts. And within about a month or so, that bag at the bottom, that clear bottom part, is going to be full of water.
Yeah, those pellets, what happens is when all the moisture goes through it turns into liquid at the bottom.
Yeah. Amazing. I was a little skeptical. And part of my issue here is that the humidity in that room comes from, one, the air conditioning, and this is also in my bedroom. We have a bathroom right off the bedroom, right across the room from where these belts are at, and it gets a lot of humidity from the shower. So I guess the combination of that and the air conditioning caused a lot of humidity in the room. So if you don't have something like this, look up something called Damprid, Damprid.
Yeah, they have them in little tubs. You can put them on the floor out of the way.
Yeah.
Or
But
the hangers.
Yeah, this hangs on the end of my belts, so it works out perfectly. When you look at it from the front, you don't see it, and that's right there as you come in the door. To the right of that picture is my door coming in the bedroom.
Just don't have that bag break on you guys. I already had one of those containers tip over, not in my belt
really?
room, but in the linen closet that I have.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. But great product. Thank you for recommending it to me, Richard. It's
No worries.
been a belt saver.
Yeah, it takes the moisture out of the room.
Yeah. Also, if Gianni's still watching, I want to thank him for sending me this picture. This is the picture I had of Kevin Rhodes looking for his paperwork. This is the original picture. I lost it, and Gianni found it and sent it to me. So thank you so much for that. That's just for whatever, just for fun. I'm cutting loose for the last few minutes of the show.
Why not? Andy, do me a favor. Don't say nothing.
Yeah. You could go
Andy, you
incognito.
talk too much. You talk
Yeah,
too much, Andy.
I honestly,
could go-
I tried, but
This is the pilot for our airline.
it's Captain Sook.
Yeah, Captain.
Sook is the captain.
Good evening, passengers. We'll be taking off shortly. We'll be flying at 36,000 feet. It'll be the plane ride from hell. I'm gonna do the helicopter. What else do I have here? I have some more pictures here. A couple of pictures anyway. Oh, just for some eye candy, guys. See what you think of this. You don't see this picture?
Oof.
Damn, Liv.
Somebody posted this picture in one of the belt groups and said, "Does this qualify as a belt related picture?" I'm like, "Well, you got to take it down and put another picture up of her with the belt." So
Well, if
hopefully
I'm
they'll
going to
do
be
that.
reincarnated, I want to come back as their tan lines.
Yeah, I put that on a plate and sop it up with a biscuit.
Twice on Sundays.
I swear, man. What can you say? Yeah, that's smoke show.
She's good
Absolute
when
smoke
she's
show.
not screaming.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't talk.
Well, when she's like this is like a serious pose. She's absolutely gorgeous.
She
When
is.
she comes out skipping, acting like CM Punk's wife. It's just
It's just when
acts
she.
like a little-
It's just when she talks. It's the trouble.
yeah. But this is absolutely gorgeous. This was at the ESPY Awards. She was at the ESPY Awards.
Beautiful.
But she needs a belt. Somebody need to put a belt on her. But anyway, I just had to throw that out there just because. And then we talked about this right before the show. Rhea Ripley, this was posted. And the question was asked, should she be stripped of the world title? And I guess I missed the memo. She's been injured, possibly?
Yes.
Okay. How long has she been injured?
A few weeks, is it, Richard?
Apparently, it's been a while because people.
Yeah, I think what it is, something her meniscus or something. I don't know what to believe, but they're making a big deal out of it because of what happened with Jade. But if you're going to point out her, you got to point out not only Liv Morgan, but you got to point out not only Jade, but you got to point out Liv Morgan. Because really, what has she done so far since she has this title yet?
Yeah. I want to address Chris's comment. 10 years ago, it was illegal. There you have it. Yeah, I'd be in prison right now. Chris Hansen would go, take a seat right over there, please. There's a towel. Take this towel cover up. He's still doing that, by the way. Did you know that?
Is he really?
Yes, but he's got his own show, and apparently he could do more now than what he could when he was on Dateline NBC because it's not on cable television.
So he's not on NBC anymore, huh?
No.
Okay.
But
Hey, more power to him.
anytime, Chris. That's all I got to say about that. You can thank me for sharing later.
Sure.
Yeah. I think I had something else I was going to talk about. Maybe. Oh, Nick Aldis is set to enter the ring for his first WWE match at SummerSlam versus Gunther. What do you guys think about that?
I'm glad.
I
to see
knew it
all
was
this back.
coming.
I've
Yeah.
always loved him in the ring. Always.
It's been building up. It's been building up.
I think he wants to do one more run before he calls it quits.
The last good run he had in the NWA, he was wonderful. He was.
Yeah, as world champion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like him when he was Magnus in TNA. I like his presence in the ring, his presence on the mic. Very well in the ring.
Very debonair in the ring. He's championship material. I mean, the guy dresses the part.
He gave you that old school vibe, like back in the day. That's who he reminded me of.
He can do it all. He really can.
That's $5 extra, Chris.
We'll have to forward that over to our department that's in charge of that.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. May I have another? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Who do you think will win that match?
It has to be Aldis, don't you think?
I'm thinking Gunther.
I think it's going to go all out. I think they're going to use everything in their arsenals. I think Nick Aldis is going to give Gunner a run for his money.
Oh, I think so too, but I think Gunther will put him to sleep at the end of the match.
I definitely it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then retire Aldis from the ring, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that this tomorrow night, what's his name? Adam Pearce is going to be in charge again because of what happened.
So is Adam Pearce in charge of both shows now, or going to be in charge of both shows?
Since Nick Aldis is getting involved in this, they're suspending him one more show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 39 years old, so he's there. I mean, he's not too far, but he's right in that area where you really got to be thinking about.
Oh my God, I'm older than Nick Aldis. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I've always liked him in the ring.
Yeah, he's good, but I mean, I think getting out while he's still healthy and fairly young is a good thing.
I mean,
a
he's
lot
got
of
a young
wrestlers don't
son.
do that.
He's got a young son, and he's married.
Hey guys, if I ever met him in person, you think I should ask him about Arby's if it's his favorite food?
Oh my God!
His wife's a smoke show.
Did you really say that, Rich?
After that first hour, Andy, I had to say that.
Yeah.
Because they have the beef, right, Richard?
I was dying for an hour and a half.
I just want to know, does it go?
Oh. I actually saw a video a little while ago of him and her in the ring when they were in Impact.
Aldis and who?
Mickey James.
His wife.
Mickey. Oh,
James,
okay.
yes.
Mickey and him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He might have been Magnus. I didn't see him when he's Magnus. First time I heard of Nick Aldis was he was NWA champion.
Mm-hmm. Me
when
too.
When he was
Well,
Magnus, they were doing that night kind of thing with him.
First time I heard him was when Cody went to take him on an NWA 70, and he beat him for the title, the NWA title.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'd heard of him when he beat Tim Storm for the title. I believe it's who he beat for the title.
Have you guys caught any of the new NWA on Comet?
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it the other night, and it's still a lot of people. I don't know who the heck they are, but I mean, the production looks like it stepped up a bit. They just now got to get a following and names that people know, and I don't know who their tag team champions are. This Thrill Billy Silas, I somewhat know from way back. I mean,
I've heard recently that Billy Corbin has reached out to Triple H and Nick Khan.
Yeah, they have a really good relationship.
And they have been giving him words of advice of things to do.
Booking team. Booking team.
Yeah, booking team.
Yeah.
TV deal. Product.
And they let Natty wrestle in NWA whenever she wants to. So
yeah.
I mean,
I don't like that character she's doing. She's like a warrior princess or something like that. I don't like it.
They never found a really good gimmick for her, and apparently she can't find a good gimmick for her.
No, I don't like that character. I just don't like it at all. It doesn't really match her. I mean, in a way it kind of does, but I just don't buy it.
Yeah, her and her husband run what they call the Dungeon, a training
yeah.
place, and a lot of wrestlers go there. I mean, Jacob Fatu has been there, and and a lot of names have been there. So maybe,
Bailey's been there. Bailey
Yeah.
showed up there.
Yep.
She did a school event.
Two more things before we close the show out. One, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that CV Offie passed away. I'm not familiar with him. You guys could talk about it a little bit.
that was Vince's attempt to replace Jimmy Snuka.
Okay.
I remember when he
Okay.
came out, it's like, who's this guy? And he didn't do anything really with him.
Mhm.
But they had him dressed. He looked exactly like Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess Vince just is really into Samoans because it seems like there's more Samoans in WWE than there are non-Samoans. He's
I
really
don't know.
in with that family.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the history he has with the Alpha and Sika. I mean,
Yeah, Fonseca, yeah.
they were legendary.
Yeah, but there were a lot of legends back then. But for some reason, that family bloodline just kind of stuck.
Well, I mean, let's face it. The bloodline, the family's pretty much taken over the WWE.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's you know, and they all have children. I mean, I think Roman's got 6 children. I mean,
Dwayne Johnson's daughter's getting in the business now.
mhm.
I told you my story with me and my brother about the Wild Samoans, right?
What's that?
At our local arena. It was a small hometown arena.
Yeah, I think
In
you
New
said
York?
you were scared. One went up to you and scared the heck out of you, and
Well, we flipped them off and they chased us.
that's it.
And they chased us in character. And my brother was scared. I was scared. We wouldn't move.
Oh,
My
man.
dad's like, "Come on, let's go to this, get something to eat." I'm like, no.
That's great. That's great.
Oh wow. And one last thing here. Richard sent this also in the chat earlier. Tommy Dreamer was in a match, and at the end of the match, he started to take his boot off, and people thought he was retiring. But what he was doing is he was revealing that he had a skin cancer removed from his shin
Yeah.
on his left
Mhm.
leg,
Mhm.
Yep.
and
That
he
hit me
wanted.
when I
And
watched that.
it was a good video, very good video. He addressed the crowd. He's very heartfelt. Said that he found out he had skin cancer. It was all removed. It's all gone. He wanted everybody's support for cancer research. Very, very eloquent.
I've always liked Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, and he said he didn't know how many more matches he had left in him, but he was going to give it his all.
I think
But,
TNA. I think TNA did him wrong getting rid of him like that.
But he was out of character, very heartfelt, and he pulled the Band-Aid off because he just had the stitches taken out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look too terribly bad. It looks like some type of one. If you know the shin, there's not much meat under the skin. It's skin and then
Mhm.
bone. So, but thank goodness they got it all. He's going to be around for a little bit longer. Now, how much longer in the ring? We don't know.
Yeah, he didn't know how long he would have. He didn't
Yeah.
know how the severity of the cancer. Neither, so you got to remember he was thinking right then and there everything was over. He was done.
Yeah.
You know,
But he
what's
wasn't.
going through his head while he's going through this at the same time, nobody would know. You know.
Have you guys seen this belt that Chris is talking about? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's not bad looking. It's not a bad looking belt.
And Rich, you were mentioning before the show how much you like that new AEW belt that
Yeah, I'm starting to the AEW World Title's starting to grow on me again.
You mean with
I-
the extra on the side plates? The extra,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the side plates that has, it's different, but I like it now that they're using 2 different belts. But the Young Bucks introduced to Kenny Omega just yesterday, the original black strap one.
Well, they're going
Um,
back on the TNT belt. They just recently went back to all the stones on it. Sometimes it's like just the silver around TNT, and now
Yeah.
they're back to the stones. So
I mean, I like the fact that they're giving them options that they could use their own belts or whatever. And as far as the just seeing the presentation of the belt.
you know who I really like in AEW
Crazy.
now? I didn't mean to change, but Tekla. She is
Mhm.
is good in the ring. She is good.
I'll be honest with you. Right now, AEW and TNA has the best women's wrestling right now.
Oh, but I think NXT.
NXT too. Yeah,
NXT's been producing right, left, and sideways. The lady.
yeah. NXT's number 1 and AEW's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
and one last look before we go off the show, just for posterity's sake.
Thank you, Mark.
Anytime, that's what we do here.
That'd be a nice screensaver, you know.
We aim to please, and that is very pleasing.
You got that right.
She's about an A, right?
If she's eye candy, I got diabetes.
Whoops, sorry. That's good, Mark.
I'm Wilford Brimley.
Can I talk to you about diabetes?
I go through that like a pack of M&Ms.
Yowza.
That's all I got to say about that.
No, she is a pretty girl. I don't enjoy the character anymore. The screaming.
She's annoying. Let's face it.
It's like a lunatic, man.
Gorgeous as can be, but her character is annoying.
And it's getting she's gone overboard. The traumatics.
So with that, we're going to close out the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to David Wills for joining us tonight and keeping us entertained for an hour and a half. Maybe we'll have him on again sometime. On behalf of Richard, Andy, and Ben, who's not with us tonight, hopefully he'll be back next week. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week for another episode of Spanning the Globe. Good night, everybody.